Last week, deadly clashes broke out between Afghan and Iranian guards at their border, raising fears of a new conflict. Both sides have accused each other of initiating the shooting, in which at least 2 Iranian and 1 Afghan guard were killed. However, they have issued measured statements aimed at de-escalating the situation. Following the border violence, Iranian authorities closed the Maluk-Zaranj border post, an important commercial crossing and not the site of the clash, until further notice. Iran's IRNA news agency reported. The reasons for the clashes are still unknown, but the shooting at the border post between the Afghan province of Nimroz and Iran's Sistan Baluchistan province comes as Iranian President Ebrahim Raisi earlier this month accused Afghanistan's Taliban rulers of restricting the flow of water to Iran's eastern regions in violation of the 1973 treaty. "We will not allow the rights of our people to be violated," Raisi said on May 18th. The Taliban, which has denied the accusation, called on to solve the problem through the treaty. The Taliban, which remains diplomatically isolated since it came to power in August 2021, said it wanted good relations with Tehran. According to Sina Tusi, a senior non-resident fellow at the US-based think tank Center for International Policy, there is a lack of clear demarcation and understanding of border boundaries and rules by Taliban fighters since their takeover of Afghanistan in August 2021. Iranian officials have repeatedly blamed the Taliban for its disregard for international laws and border protocols since its takeover of Afghanistan 2 years ago. Clashes have erupted on multiple occasions, but have rarely led to casualties and have been routinely blamed on misunderstanding. A day before the border clashes, Iran's Foreign Minister Hossein Amir-Abdollahian called on the Taliban to follow legal framework to resolve the water dispute. In recent years, this treaty has not been adhered to by Afghanistan's rulers, including the Taliban, CIP's Tusi told Al Jazeera, adding that Kabul has delivered only the fraction of the agreed amount. It has been exacerbated by Iran's worsening drought conditions, making the water issue increasingly critical, he said. The Taliban issued a statement saying it did not want to fight with its neighbors. Here is a little context on this conflict. The relationship between the Taliban and Iran is complex and has evolved. Historically, Iran had opposed the Taliban's rise to power in the 1990s due to ideological differences and concerns about the treatment of Shia Muslims in Afghanistan. Iran supported various Afghan factions that opposed the Taliban during their rule. However, following the US-led invasion of Afghanistan in 2001 and the subsequent ousting of the Taliban, Iran began to adopt a more pragmatic approach. Iran saw an opportunity to exert influence in Afghanistan, particularly among Shia communities, and to counter the influence of the United States. Iran provided limited support to the Afghan government and engaged in diplomatic efforts to stabilize the country. In recent years, as the Taliban regained strength and influence in Afghanistan, Iran's stance towards the group has become more complex. While Iran has maintained contacts with the Taliban, it has also expressed concerns about the group's radical Sunni ideology and potential spillover of instability into its borders. Iran has been cautious in its engagement with the Taliban, balancing its interests in Afghanistan with its concerns about the group's extremist ideology. It's important to note that the dynamics of the Taliban-Iran relationship are influenced by multiple factors, including regional politics, security concerns, and Iran's broader geopolitical interests. The current clashes are related to a water dispute on the Helmand River, which is more than 1,000 km long and flows across the border and is being dammed on the Afghan side to generate electricity and irrigate agricultural land. Drought has been a problem in Iran for some 30 years, which has worsened over the past decade, according to the United Nations Food and Agriculture Organization. The Iran Meteorological Organization says that an estimated 97% of the country now faces some level of drought. According to the Helmand Water Treaty signed by Afghanistan and Iran half a century ago, Afghanistan should share 850 million cubic meters of water from Helmand with Iran. It also calls on both sides to address their differences via diplomatic channels and, if that fails, through an advisory board headed by a mutually chosen arbitrator. Iran has accused Afghanistan of failing to adhere to the treaty on several occasions and has opposed its decision to construct dams on the river. As Kabul and Tehran are trying to balance their interests and concerns, their relationship remains in a state of uncertainty. It is not clear whether the Taliban have pulled back their fighters from the border or whether they will abide by the agreement in the future, said an expert after videos showed large numbers of Taliban fighters approaching the border with Iran last week. He said the water dispute between both countries is likely to remain a contentious issue as they face increasing water scarcity and demand. Additionally, while Iran has held a dialogue with the Taliban, it has not officially recognized them as the legitimate rulers of Afghanistan. The Shia-majority country has called for the formation of an inclusive government that represents all ethnic and religious groups in Afghanistan. Iran has expressed concerns about the security and welfare of the Afghan people, especially the Shia Hazara minority, who have faced persecution and violence from the Taliban in the past. What will happen after this is not clear, but is a serious issue that can lead to another war in the Middle East.